All right, welcome back to the show. I'm Kevin Garrity. This is Sports on One, the last word. Lead story tonight, of course, the Rangers 5-1 victory over the Penguins in Pittsburgh. And right now we're joined from inside the arena there in Pittsburgh from one of our sports reporters from a sister station, Time Warner Cable News in upstate New York. Aaron McElherne was in the locker room tonight. Aaron, welcome to the show. And I guess that was a pretty happy group. I know they weren't happy here at the Garden the other night. It must have been a totally different feeling in that room tonight.
Well, Kevin, thanks for having me. And you're right, it did feel different in this locker room than we were feeling from the Rangers the last couple of nights. Things went a lot better, and of course, when you're playing better and you're doing things the right way, playing well, of course you're going to feel good about it. The effort was there, and that's all they needed. They just needed to put out the full 60-minute effort, and they knew the results would come. The execution was there, and that's what did it tonight.
Yeah, I thought we played a really good game. I think the difference tonight is we move our feet and we play for a full 60. And I think we came out pretty hard in the first period. We're desperate right now, so it's a little easier on us. The pressure's on them, and the only thing we want is to go back in our building, and that's what we accomplished tonight.
And you had 2 goals in this one. How's it feel to be a part of a big win?
Yeah, well, our line made some big plays, and we try to help the team offensively. And it's funny sometimes you have a lot of scoring chance and it's not going in. And I felt tonight I was just at the right place at the right moment.
You definitely want to get that start where you feel like you're a confident team, and same thing goes for me. So it felt good to make a couple of big saves early on, and then you try just to stay focused on the right things. Even though we get a couple goals, like I said, every play matters. So you just try to stay in there.
Come back, play a simpler game, play more of a game that we're accustomed to, and then we got some results. Started to get some goals, started to get some pucks by him, and that's obviously huge. Our power play gets a couple, is weight off, get some weight off of that thing, and so it was good. It was a good win for us.
I think we had a great game plan going in. Made some small adjustments and focused on some things, like you noted. Worked on little things right from the get-go and had a good start, and we were able to build on those things.
We knew that our execution needed to be much better than it was the last game, our puck management. And, for the most part, it was. We were able to, have a better puck possession night. We created a couple of good looks, and we were able to beat their goaltender, who had been real strong in this series. So, for us, it was obviously a real emotional day, and we got another chance.
So, guys, they'll go back to New York feeling much better about their position in this series. They're 0-16, being down 3-1 all time in the playoffs, so that they feel nice about being where they're at now.
That's right, Aaron. They've never had luck coming back from this deficit. Maybe this is the year. Even when they went up 2-0 in this game, I still didn't have a really great feeling about it, mainly because the way Malkin and Crosby have started to play these last couple of games. So I would imagine with the lead early on, the Rangers gained some confidence by going ahead, because if they had fallen behind in this game, it might have been a totally different story.
It certainly could have been, and the fact that it came on a power play from Chris Kreider, a guy that's been out, missed some time, everything just seemed to fall into place at that point. They had that early lead, then they fell. They gave up a goal there in the early going in the second period. And Malkin had that great move, we call that a press box move. It kind of gets everybody in the setting up there where you're not supposed to be really cheering. You're just kind of a casual observer of the game. It got everybody kind of muttering. That's a press box move. Malkin was a great goal, but then Brassard came right back, took all the air out of this building, and once again they were up 2 goals, and that was really huge for them to be playing in front all night long.
I know what it sounds like for air to come out of a Pittsburgh building, because I was there in '93 when the Islanders scored to knock the Penguins out of the playoffs, and that was an unbelievable feeling. I'm sure it wasn't the same way tonight, but I was going to ask you about that. Once they were down 3-1, was the air out of the building for the remainder of the game, or did the Pittsburgh fans try to get behind them a little bit?
No, it was really, really quiet in here after that. I mean, pregame, they had the fireworks going. It was shaking the whole building. They sang in unison for the national anthem. It was loud early going. And when they went down after Brassard got his second goal, it got real quiet in here. And it was just a totally different atmosphere. And they were kind of resigned that, that fourth win, that closeout game was the toughest one to get. And they kind of felt like their team wasn't coming back. And you knew the Rangers had it at that point.
I would assume, Aaron, that Martin St. Louis did not make himself available on this emotional night. I'm assuming that. Did you hear anybody else talking about doing this one for him, or how incredible it was that he came back and rejoined the team?
Yeah, we didn't see him in the locker room in the post-game interview session, but we did hear a little bit from Chris Kreider saying it was nice to get the win for him, and that certainly provided a little bit of emotion for him and a little bit of motivation.
All right, Aaron McElherne reporting from Pittsburgh for us tonight. Great job, Aaron, and we'll talk to you down the road. So the Rangers win it by a score of 5-1, and we will be all over the game Sunday night, 7 o'clock. They dropped the puck at the Garden, and it's funny, when I was doing my live report from the Garden the other night, we were watching the crew take down the boards and the glass, and I thought maybe for the last time these guys were going to have to do that, but guess what? I believe Billy Joel's playing there tomorrow. They're going to have to put it right back up after that's all done, because there's hockey at the Garden on Sunday night. We'll come back. We'll take your phone calls on the Rangers, 866-NY1-TALK. Then we'll get into the other sports of the day. The Yankees out in Milwaukee, the Mets at Citi Field, opening up a weekend series against Philly. And we do have, this is going to be a playoff weekend here in the city. Nets and Heat in Brooklyn tomorrow night, and then Rangers, Pittsburgh, Sunday night at the Garden. We're back after this.